Welcome to day 26 of getting to 100K net worth by December 20th of this year. We are currently at 8,570, kind of crazy. Beginning of this entire year at zero, which is crazy. From negative $30,000 last year to getting to a positive net worth zero or $1, I guess. And then this year, I've just decided I've got to get to 100K, got to get that base built. And the reason I set this goal is because I felt like I'm on the precipice of something amazing. We're about to get to that next level, and it's so important that I stretch myself to grow my YouTube, to grow my online business, to also, get a new job, which I have gotten that job, which it's a great opportunity for me to, since I get paid off of commission, to really grow, help them, and reach this $100,000 goal if I really perform well there. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to focus on my own business on the side, as well as doing our first real estate property this year, so I'm excited for that. I just made a little thing that I'm going to do for social media, so this is going to be like my little trailer. I literally just made this on day 26, but I'm going to try to do it for all of my videos starting at day 1. Hey, I'm Sam, and I'm on a journey from zero to $100,000 net worth by this December 20th. Follow along as I share about buying my first property, investing in the market, and building an online business. Tell me that. Little Batman crawling out of the pit. If any of you have seen Batman, The Dark Knight Rises. I'm kind of a nerd for that kind of stuff. I have to watch that movie again because it hits deep. But in a way, that's kind of how it feels, right? Is going from paycheck to paycheck, stressing about money, being at the bottom of the pit, and kind of being in this bucket of crabs that are always like pulling each other down, if you've heard about that. If you haven't heard about it, there's this whole idea of like when you put a bucket full of crabs and they try to climb out of the bucket, the other ones are just going to pull them down and keep them in there. So it's like there's no way they're getting out, which is really sad. You got to learn how to get out of there, and I'm sure eventually some of them do, which is kind of my goal, is to not stay in the spending more than I make or the keeping up with the Joneses kinds of thing. I'm all about progressing to that next level in life, and I feel like this is the perfect next level for me and my wife and our future family, and now is the time to do it. So that involves getting serious about YouTube, posting more like I have been, posting across social media, incorporating an offer. That was something that I actually worked on today, was getting like a free vision map quiz out for my followers so that they can just put in their goals, and then if they want to work with an accountability coach, myself, that they can do a coaching session or consulting session, and we can get moving forward. So this is all part of the grand master plan here as far as on the online business side. As far as the real estate deal, everything's looking good for closing next week, but it's still kind of crazy. If we don't close, my wife and I will have lost almost $4,000, probably exactly $4,000, and it just poof into the air for the appraisal costs, for the title company money. So we're really praying things go through, because on a year that I'm trying to build the net worth, taking $4,000 away from that just like for nothing. I mean, I guess the education side of it is good, but it's just be pretty sad. So anyway, so not a big update on that, but it is crazy because literally next week we're going to be packing, like a week from today we'll be closing now. We were supposed to be closing tomorrow, but that got pushed back. So quite the journey there, quite the journey. As far as progress in my job, because if I progress in my job and we cross the 3 million mark of revenue as a company, then I'll get a $100,000 bonus and just immediately reach the goal, which is so satisfying. But that also requires a lot of work. So we created a new product today. We did a lot of work towards creating the new product. I made a whole sales page for us, recorded a video, everything, got it up and running. And then tomorrow my boss and I are going to record some more videos. So pretty solid. One more update on the real estate thing is that the sellers said that we won't get our deposit back, which is so lame. They put that on the contract as far as, hey, if we don't close next week, then, we're requiring the deposit kind of thing, which is kind of messed up. Not very nice of them. This is our first time buying a home, and it's not our fault. It's literally just the lenders not communicating clearly on the first time around. So yeah, this second time around we should be crystal clear good, so let's do it. But all that being said, the lesson of the day is it's important to take risks. So yes, this is a risk for us to move forward instead of just backing out and staying in our safe zone, but we're choosing to move forward, and that, I mean, what can you do, right? You got to take risks. You got gotta learn, and if things don't go our way, then it really is the education that we're paying for, and we just learn for next time. Also, my boss gave me access to a course today that he was going through. It's about tax strategy, and since that's what our whole business is about, he was just kind of wanting to learn more, see if there were things in there, wanted me to go through it. It's been really good. I've already learned quite a bit about cost segregation studies. So when you have a rental property, that you can depreciate things like, can't depreciate the land that it's on, but the actual house, and also like appliances and things that are inside of it. You can depreciate all of those things where you're able to write them off against your taxes ahead of time. So I'm still learning more about like exactly what that means and how it works, but since I'm getting a property, I'm like, okay, these are things I need to be learning, especially since we're going to be renting, you know, part of it out and things like this. There's also a lot of things that I need to remember that I can deduct, right? Like home office space. We're going to be writing down every expense that we put into the house, and also everything that we make from the house once rent starts coming in. So it's exciting. I don't know, I'm kind of excited. It feels very empowering to be like, okay, I'm tracking everything. It's like in sports, if you don't know the score as you're going, like in pickleball or in basketball, and you're just kind of playing, then you're not playing at your fullest. And the person who does have the score in mind, if they're on the opponent's side, I should say, they are the ones that are going to have the leg up, because if they're down, they're going to push to get back up. If they're ahead, they're going to keep on pushing and know that they're ahead, have that confidence. So it's really important to like know the numbers. And anyway, that's another little lesson for the day. All in all, super grateful. Feel like I've been learning a lot. I'm going to answer a quick spitfire question. And the question is, what is the fastest way to pay off $1,000 credit card debt? Whew, that is a good question. Well, the fastest way is, it's so important for you to understand your budget, first of all. Like, okay, how much do we have to be able to spend? Because obviously, you still got to be able to eat, but you can also cut down a lot of the things you've been spending on, right? Which is really awesome. So that's kind of what it comes down to, is like being frugal, just like cutting down on things that you don't need. One of the best ways to do this is doing one of those like no spend challenges. For some reason, like you can save so much more than you think. So just do a no spend challenge for 1 week, and then try it again for 2 weeks, and then try to beat that goal. And with that no spend challenge, understanding as now you can use that money that you've saved and put it right to paying off the credit card. I would say that would be a huge benefit, a huge great way of doing it. Then I would also say selling something in your house, finding other little ways to make income, right? If you know people that you can do like temporary work for, or you know, some sort of projects that they do. Literally think of the lemonade stand concept. You could have some sort of food or product and just sell it on Facebook Marketplace and start getting, or I don't know about food on Facebook Marketplace, but you get the idea, right? Do a garage sale, things like that, and really just create the money by putting value out into the world. Pay that credit card off, because like we talked about in the last video, high interest debt, you cannot out invest it. So you got to get that paid off first. Great question, and hopefully these tips were helpful for you. Thank you for watching day 26 here, and I hope you have an amazing day.